One of my favorite writers, who's a rising star in the business. Not really. She does her thing over at Fox Sports. Carmen Vitale is on the show. She covers the NFC North, and she'll be doing that for us beautifully on the program. Devin McCord. I heard a story recently that Devin McCord was in the bathroom when Bill Belichick drafted him, and his family is knocking on the door like, answer the phone! We're going to talk to him maybe about his rookie year. He had 7 interceptions. We're just doing a little deep diving on him. We're going to ask him about the Patriots, Drake May, Gerard Mayo, burning through cash, all of that, taking that back. Lots to talk to my old friend Dev about. What else should we talk about? I don't know, the Kentucky Derby and the rain forecast? Welcome to the show, big one, Carmen Vitale, joining us usually in studio. This time she's on Zoom. Smart. I would never come in studio if I didn't have to. Well done by her. She covered the draft. I bet she needs a nap. Devin McCord, of course, you see him on Football Night in America and doing all things Sunday Night Football with NBC. I wonder if he's doing some Olympic stuff. I wouldn't be surprised. He is an absolute star, bona fide star, and I love working and talking to them both. So this is going to be a light show, a nice, easy breeze. Does everybody still feel a little hungover from draft weekend? 3 days of fun and madness and round after round of adding value to your teams? I was doing some thinking, y'all, and I feel like the NFL draft, if we want to get to it, I just want to feel like the NFL draft is usually a weekend of hope for underdogs, a chance for teams trying to unseat the big dogs to add talent and close the gap, which is nice and optimistic. Now, it's not often that we have the 2 teams that just played in the Super Bowl make big splashes in April, doing the dive first into the pool of NFL talent. But that's exactly what the Chiefs and Niners did throughout the weekend and really even into this week. Let's start with Kansas City and what they've done. The big news dropped yesterday. The Chiefs agreed to a 2-year extension with Travis Kelce, $34 million. Congrats, big fella. He's the highest paid tight end, yada, yada, yada. They lock him up through 2027. That's interesting. And it all but guarantees something very cool that even 4-time Super Bowl champion Gronk didn't do, though he liked the way that his career ended, and he, of course, loved his time in Tampa Bay. But this 34-year-old tight end is likely, very likely, to play his entire career as a Chief. It is rare to be great in that position, and a huge win for him personally, I'm sure, and a big win for Kansas City going forward. They might add another ring to his hand before it's all said and done, maybe even 2. I don't know. And it's a victory for Kelce. I mean, Luke Kuechly already called the biggest winner of the Xavier Worthy pick when he came on the show, the Chiefs and Kelce, because of Worthy's ability to, specifically for Kelce, lift the coverage for him. And even beyond all that, the Chiefs had a great draft weekend. They get another weapon for Patrick and Jared Wiley. You've got, I mean, you never want Patrick Mahomes saying, you know, Brett Veach, you dirty dog, or whatever he was tweeting with all the exclamation points. You never want to see that in April. All right, let's see here. They beef up the offensive line, 3 picks there. They add 2 more guys to the secondary. They lost L'Jarius Sneed. Nobody seems to be crying about it. They've survived, world without Tyreek Hill once upon a time. So Veach has the bases covered as usual. I do want to dig into the skills guys a little bit here. Mr. 421, aforementioned, a lot of people saw the 40 and they immediately thought Tyreek Hill 2.0. That's the guy. When he came on the show, he did have a different comparison in mind, and guess what? So did Big Red.
I'll compare myself to anybody. I modeled my game after Deshaun Jackson, so I feel like that was really like my go-to, like whatever I needed, like to look at film or anything, I'll look at him.
Him being a good football player that was a good wide receiver. I mean, now you add in there the return ability. I've had some guys like that, Tyreek and Deshaun Jackson, probably body typed a little bit more like Deshaun.
Very interesting. Both of them are on the same page already, and they don't barely know each other. Xavier also said after the draft that having Andy Reid as his coach makes him feel a bit at ease because of what he did with Deshaun and Tyreek, that Andy's going to know how to use him the right way, understand the type of player he is, what he's capable of, and then you factor in Mahomes as a quarterback. This is brutal. This is why are we having a season? Why are we doing it? Why OTAs? You want me like sweating and losing 8 pounds and gaining 8 pounds a day, like out there in the heat of August when I know that this is the end game? Like, what is the point? It's the perfect marriage. Xavier's going to unlock the big playability that was missing. The only thing missing from this offense most of last year What if they're in a rhythm from the jump week 1? What? And then the Jared Wiley thing out of TCU, like that's got fans amped up too. And it's hard to see, not to see why. When you watch him play, he's gigantic. He can absolutely fly in the open field. And it's an impossible comp to make, but the footage and his measurables, they are drawing the parallel. It's a little baby Trav situation here. Does Taylor Swift have a little sister? Maybe they can date. I don't know. From a purely physical standpoint, the size, the speed, the athleticism, they're identical to what Travis put up at the Combine. There's obviously a lot more that goes into 87 success than that, but still wild to see. And we know Andy loves to use multiple tight end sets. So the two of these guys out there on the field together is going to create nightmare matchups for everybody out there. Like, I don't know. I don't know why we let this happen. I don't know how Veach does it. Even just the osmosis. You put Jared Wiley in a tight end room where you have Travis Kelce. Like, he's going to be one of the best just from that, from absorbing what he does day in, day out. It's awesome. So we let the champs get stronger. Again, it's so stupid. And if they three-peat, we have no one to blame but ourselves. 31 teams, no one to blame but ourselves. That said, their biggest challenger, still the Chiefs, right? Or still the Ravens, right? Not the Ravens. Still the Niners, right? NFC, right? That's the team. And they had a nice little weekend, too. Their win during this draft was more about what they didn't do than what they actually did. Here's what I mean. We heard rumors swirling all Friday night into Saturday. Debo, Brandon Ayuk, it didn't happen. It seems like it's going to stay that way based on John Lynch at his presser.
We didn't entertain any of that today. We're happy with our wide receiver group. Actually, more than happy. We're really thrilled with it, and thrilled to have added Ricky to that group and even make it stronger.
I understand listening to offers, everybody. The Niners going to have some big cap decisions to make over the next couple of years for sure. And yeah, trading one of those guys might give you more flexibility and assets for the future, but you were quite literally 1 or 2 plays away from winning a Super Bowl, and I'm happy to see them back with Debo and knowing how important Ayuk is. And going for it. And it was the biggest, most important thing to come for the weekend for sure. But Lynch and Shanahan did find a way to make their offense a little bit scarier in the draft as well. Friend of the show, Ricky Pearsall, in part of the situation. He's, in the receiver room, we love. And making someone that athletic and sure-handed your wide receiver 3 is kind of crazy. It's dangerous and scary over there in the NFC. They grab a pair of speedsters in the 4th round, Isaac Guerendo from Louisville and Jacob Cowing from Arizona. So I really think Kyle saw his protege Mike McDaniel with Achane last year, our friend Achane, who I've not spoken to in months and months. But I think that sort of set the vibe for Lynch to say, I'm going to go grab the fastest running back I can get my hands on. Because that's what Guerendo is, okay? He ran a 4.33, just 1/100th of a second slower than Achane, despite being 4 inches taller and 33 pounds heavier. That's a big boy. Okay, that's a dude wearing that. He's wearing Husky when he was little, like Matthew Hamilton. I know CMC is still there. Don't sleep on how Kyle can work this kid into the mix. Cowing adds 4.38, by the way. Take the top off the defense speed too. So even if, I don't know. It's going to be, I feel a little, Hamilton, I don't know if you're here, you can come in on this. I feel a little like I'm heavy lifting for the Niners.
I don't think it's heavy lifting. I mean, you get Ayuk and Debo back with Pearsall in the combo, and they got faster and more athletic on offense. I mean,
like, we've had it before, we've done it.
But they got what I like about their draft. They got faster and more athletic, and I think when you look at what happened
than they've ever been, than they were in 2018.
Yes, I do think so. And I think when you look at the losses that they had in the Super Bowl to the Chiefs and against the Ravens, those two that really stuck out.
For sure.
They struggled to create a separation. They struggled to get guys open at times. And you add 4-3 players into that offense, it's going to be really hard to account for everybody.
It's hard to account for everybody last year when they were winning.
True,
so what is the next
but it's
level?
Going to be even better.
What does the next level look like? What does it do with the Xavier Worthy? Like, I feel like I literally stopped down from my thought process here because I'm in a place where I'm not even a Niners. I wasn't born and raised a Niners fan, but I feel for them. How can you get off the mat again?
Yeah. No, it is really hard. And that's going to be the true test because personnel-wise, we know they have it. I mean, you go to overtime with the Chiefs, you're 1 or 2 plays away from winning that Super Bowl. They're right there with them. But it's the mental and emotional part of it. I think you're right, where it has to seep in on some level. But as far as constructing a roster that can go back and have an even better crack at it, it's hard to be upset with what they did in this draft, for sure.
You've got to be a happy man if you're Brock Purdy. I want to believe in the Niners. Yeah. I want it to happen for them. I'm so scared it doesn't happen for them. I'm scared these stupid Rams are going to be better than them. I'm scared. I'm scared of that. I'm scared of a step back. I've got to get there. I've got to get there.
And it's fair. We've seen it in years past with teams that lost the Super Bowl. It's hard to pick yourself off that mat, like you said, and rally back after it. But yeah, and also there's the lingering thing that it kind of has to happen this year, because they're going to have to pay Brock. Ayuk's contract situation's going on. Like, this is going to be the best collection of talent I think that they have under this regime with Brock Purdy right now.
It's the Brock thing is my confidence. I have confidence in Debo and Ayuk, and I have confidence in Brock, because he will not feel the pressure of that window. He's like, somehow he escapes it. You watch it when he's out. I mean, we have some things to point to where it does kind of get to him though now, so it's a little tougher. But I still have faith in Brock Purdy being that dude. Embarrassment of riches on offense, I get it. It's the Kyle aspect of it, and it is the also blood in the water aspect of another conference, knowing what's up also. And I think that's part of it. I mean, Dante Whitner comes on our show pretty often, and he made it seem like it's 99% mental. So, like, I can talk up the Pearsall 1% of it all they want, but he literally said it's about 99% of the pie in getting off the mat, and that's somebody who also failed in big spots in national, in title games, in Super Bowls. So it's where are we at, Niners fans? Let us know. We'll be back. Carmen Vitale, NFL writer. She's an NFL analyst, of course, for Fox Sports, covering the NFC North. She is joining us smartly from home. I would never come in studio if I was her, and she finally took my advice. There she is, Carmen Vitale. Hamilton, I don't know what to do about these.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely fair concerns.
Like, Christian was at an 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
Everyone was at an 11 out of 10.
Yeah. But that's why I love that they could have said, all right, we have all these offensive playmakers, let's just run it back with them. But I love that they decided they saw a need to get faster.
What do you mean they could have run it back? Why, to go there and lose? They had more to improve than any other team in the NFL.
No, but I mean, they could have added elsewhere. They could have, put those picks into the offensive line, into the secondary, which they did address in later rounds. But such a clear emphasis on speed, on getting faster. That, to me, is a direct response to where they did have some failings last year.
Ravens, and then, of course, seeing what Miami has is sexy, and he wants that. I get that.
Yeah.
I get it. I just...
Because we saw, too, there were...
Maybe they should have added Greg Roman, and it would have solved all the problems.
And you also see, like, when Debo was out last year, like, when one piece was missing last year, right?
Yeah,
we saw them go through some struggles. So now to add Ricky Pearsall into that and to add Garendo, because, McCaffrey also has had his issues staying healthy over the course of his career, knock on wood. You want to have as much depth as you can have there, too.
Yeah. I don't mean to be negative. I'm just looking, I'm more fascinated by... Here we are again. Yeah.
No, it's all fair. It's not. It's all valid. It's that mental hurdle is tough.
I really wanted them to. I want them to win it. I wanted them to win it. I thought they were going to win it. When you think about, is it the Kyle thing that you have? Where does it come down to? Or is it Brock?
Yeah, I think it is more Kyle with what we've seen, in both of these Super Bowls.
Yeah, what happened is I'm sitting there in that suite and I'm texting you and I'm like, why is that the decision? That was the decision in the game.
Yeah. The decision to take the ball there. It's just that's probably the biggest thing. Yeah, and it's a fair concern with what we've seen, in 3 Super Bowls now with him. Going back to the Atlanta one, but it would be one of those things. It would be kind of a travesty if this team doesn't get a Lombardi. It's like they've been so good for so long. Like they deserve it, and I do want to see it happen for them too.
And if they don't, Stats is just going to combust and like to have all these victory laps because he's somehow like nothing would make him happy. Like the only thing that would make him happier than them winning a Super Bowl is them losing a Super Bowl again. And that's Stats in a nutshell. Love you, Stats. Oh, there she goes. Carm with her own music video. I've not seen this. Fellow excited Bears fan, incredible writer covering the NFC North for Fox Sports, longtime Up and Adams fave. Carm, like
what are we doing here?
When do you have time to edit that kind of shit? What is like? How do you?
That's an app. That's an app. Also, I was up really early doing a podcast like 4 hours after I went to bed after the draft. So I was like, I'm just, whatever. It's fine. And I don't sleep. Team no sleep. You and I are team no sleep.
Team no sleep. And the adrenaline was, but I don't like make content. I don't know how to do any of that. If I put up an Instagram story, like the world is lucky. Okay. As we sit here, has your perspective on anything changed since the 3 days of the draft to now? Have you settled down on something you were feisty about? Have you felt a different way about anything? How are you feeling?
Honestly, not quite. I feel a little bit more relieved that the Lions got what they needed. The Packers covered all their bases. We expected what happened with the Bears to have happened, with the exception of we weren't sure if Rome Odunze was going to end up a Chicago Bear, so I'm thrilled for them for that. JJ McCarthy is a Minnesota Viking. They got Dallas Turner now, too. So that was like, there was every expectation, I think, was met for the draft, and then some.
Caleb, let's not even talk about it. He's there. We're excited about it. I think he's also, by the way, embracing the Chicago very well. Maybe we should talk about that. Really? He's really he's kind of a showman, and he's doing this little cute dance where he's going to have, not only is he selling out the Fanatics jerseys, but he's got Chicago kind of in the palm of his hand right now.
Did you hear him at it was right after he got drafted. He was like, "The Bears," and he just it was like this cute little melody. I'm like, this is the new greatest showman. This is Caleb Williams is in Chicago. He's not shying away from anything. And why would you? I mean, this again was expected, and now the city is so excited, and don't take that away from them right now.
What do you make of the Rome edition? I know you you had a big crush on the whole tight end vibe happening. It didn't happen, but Rome's nothing to sneeze at, Carm. Break it down.
Quite frankly, I thought Rome was going to be gone by that point. So I also did say that I think that the tight end would have been as good, if not better, of an addition to this offense. But with Rome, clearly him and Caleb already have a rapport. They were working out and had a throwing session with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen the week before the draft, before either Caleb Williams or Rome Odunze were Chicago Bears yet. So this was something they wanted to happen. They were on the same flight to Detroit. They're going to grow up together in the city of Chicago so that when it is Rome's time to take over as wide receiver one, because don't forget, he does have 2 veterans in front of him right now. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a tandem, hopefully, that is good for years and years to come. And continues the sustained success that Ryan Poles is trying to build with this very, very carefully curated roster of his.
If you had the opportunity to have like a one-on-one with Ryan Poles, what would you ask him? What would you want to know?
Oh, God, that's so interesting. I want to talk so much about his team building philosophy and just trying to stay patient in an NFL that doesn't allow for patience, because he came from Kansas City, clearly got a lot of really good experience there. And now comes here. He's got Ian Cunningham, his right-hand dude. I want to talk about their relationship. I just need to know how you stay patient and you stay the course when things are being like dangled in front of you and there's all these pressures and all that other stuff, because that's not nothing. And clearly Chicago doesn't have a lot of patience. You and I know that.
They don't, but they're excited right now. And I told them to enjoy. Be in the joy right now and love. I like how much you respect Ryan Poles. It's actually a great, I mean, your answer to that is perfect. In an NFL that has no patience, how do you do this and how do you make this complete roster? But now it's game time, right? It's April. We gotta talk about week 1. The schedule's not even released yet. And all eyes are not on Ryan Poles. He did his job. He should be somewhere in, Baker's Bay throwing the ball around with somebody. Now it's up to Shane Waldron to execute. How is he up to task, in your opinion?
He has a track record coming in, and that's not something we saw with the last offensive coordinator in Luke Getsy, who had only ever been in one system, hadn't called plays, all of that. Shane Waldron is not that. Shane Waldron has been a coordinator for years in Seattle. He started being a coordinator with the Rams under Sean McVay as the pass game coordinator. This is a guy that I keep going back to the same sentiment that has been conveyed to me by multiple people that know him, that have played against him, coached against him. It's Shane Waldron is one of the guys that can call games. He doesn't just call plays, he can call games. And that means that he evolves as it goes. He plays chess when others play checkers. He's not just reactionary. He is setting you up constantly, not only within games, but then throughout the season. And that is what the Bears have been sorely lacking on offense. It's always been reactionary. It's always been trying to catch up or do that and this, that, and the other. Shane Waldron's going to go out there and he's going to show you the exact same look and run 5 different things out of it. It comes from that Shanahan-McVay tree too, but he executes it very, very well. And I think he's got the firepower to do it even better than he did in Seattle this year.
What are we talking about here, though? What are realistic expectations?
This is the thing, though. If this works, this team will be remembered forever, okay? You know how everybody talks about the 85 Bears still in Chicago. But my thing is, where do we get off having these expectations of a rookie quarterback in Chicago? The bar is on the floor at this point. Caleb wouldn't even have to throw for 1 touchdown a game. He would only have to average 130 passing yards a game to break the rookie quarterback records in Chicago. Can we start there? Also, talking about going and winning the division, a very tough division, by the way, could be the toughest in the league this year. A rookie quarterback has only ever won his division in the history of the league 8 times. It's only happened 3 times in the last 18 years. Again, where do we get off expecting that from a team that has so much new in it? Can we stop putting the cart in front of the horse? Just let them get to a winning season first. Let them lay the foundation. Otherwise, if you don't do this the right way, you're going to waste all that work that Ryan Poles just put in.
Hold on. Hamilton, get in here. Hamilton just texted me something. Go ahead, Hams. I don't even know if you... Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Carmen? I don't know if you saw this yesterday. Bears fans, it was circulating some Caleb Williams. It was like a 7-minute reel of his lowlights and comparing him still to Justin Fields. What did you make of that, and why are Bears fans still doing this?
Let him have it, Carm.
Dude, I don't know, because I get it on my social media all the time where they're like, he's going to be a bust, blah, blah, yada, yada. I'm like, there is almost no chance he is worse than Justin Fields has been for the Bears. I'm not saying that Justin Fields can't get better. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but he was not put in a good situation. He had 7 touchdowns his rookie year. 7 for the whole entire season. You're telling me you don't think Caleb Williams, with the way that he is set up and with how good of a quarterback he was at a big-time program at USC, just like Justin was at Ohio State, can't surpass 7 touchdowns in his rookie year?
Hold on. Better than Justin Fields is not good enough.
You're totally right.
I asked you for expectations. Are they out of the bottom of the barrel? We'll get to J.J. McCarthy and Darnold here in a second. But, what is when you're saying give them patience, what is a realistic, are we talking a playoff situation with this? Is this a playoff team?
I would love to see them flirt with playoff contention.
Okay, I
would love to see them look like a playoff team by the end of the season, regardless of if their record reflects it. I think that's the biggest thing here is we need to not get so wrapped up in these numbers necessarily and see with our own eyes what the team looks like. If you see the foundation being built and you see the defense living up to the expectation now that it's a top 5 unit, and you see the receivers starting to gel with Caleb Williams and him being able to make reads and make good decisions and take care of the football, that's all you need this year. And next year, if all of that comes to fruition, come talk to me next year and I will be the driver of this Chicago Bears hype train. But I have to see it first. I'm scarred, Kay. Grew up in Chicago. Until it happens, I don't trust that it's happening.
It's so interesting. I'm the opposite. And I've been fairly critical of the Bears over the years, to the point that I've lost Chicago fans because I should love all of Chicago's decisions, even if they're bad, even if it's organizationally funky and doesn't compare to the other teams. And instead, I've sort of thrown caution to the wind. I think I'm removed enough now to just say I'm in. let's ride. Like, let's go. Like,
Good for you.
you know, like, let's hype it up until it doesn't happen, because it'll be, I sort of win either way. Okay, I want to ask you, the only person in a better situation than Caleb in the NFC North after the draft week is J.J. McCarthy, kind of, right? We don't know if he's starting. We don't know how long his leash is. But he gets to sling the ball to Justin Jefferson at some point, which is unbelievable. You know, we have Devin McCord coming up, and I know that his like welcome to the NFL moment as a brilliant safety was covering Randy Moss in practice, you know? And that made him the guy that he is today, the multiple Super Bowl champion. So you have that going on with that quarterback wide receiver situation, getting to throw to Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, the whole nine. How short is Darnold's leash? I'm hoping it's longer, because I do want JJ to sit and develop.
I completely agree with you. You did not pay $10 million to Sam Darnold for him to not start some significant games for you and to be the guy until you are 1,000% sure that JJ McCarthy is ready. That is why you brought Sam Darnold in, to have that luxury of patience, which so many teams don't get. I don't think the Minnesota Vikings are thinking for this year. They're about to hand Justin Jefferson, the other JJ, they're about to hand him a massive multi-year contract. So either way, so it doesn't matter how they do this year. They're trying to, again, set themselves up for the future and set J.J. McCarthy up for the future. No one understands that more than a former quarterback in Kevin O'Connell and Josh McCown, who's his quarterback's coach. I do think the Vikings are going to be a lot better than people think, but Sam Darnold only needs to go in there and just manage the game because of all those weapons, because you potentially have a top 5 defense under Brian Flores this year that can also win you games. I mean, this is the makings of a very complete team as soon as you figure out the quarterback. But I absolutely think that Sam Darnold has the longest leash, because you are going to, it's not going to depend on what Sam Darnold does. It's going to depend on how quickly JJ McCarthy develops. And luckily for him, in practice, in training camp, he is going to get to go up against Brian Flores' defense and get reps that way, which is going to be good for his development too.
Is there something that JJ needs as far as his development that you are like, you know, from your brilliant mind of watching him, that he needs to be a more complete quarterback?
Honestly, I mean, JJ's a really good mechanical quarterback. He's very accurate. He can maneuver the pocket. He can throw off platform. His processing skills are good, but he wasn't exactly asked to get past his first or second read at Michigan, because they didn't really throw the ball very often. So it's getting the reps of countering NFL defenses and manipulating defenders with your eyes and making sure that you're making checks and you're audibling and you have command of an offense. Don't telegraph your throws. I think JJ McCarthy's been a little guilty of that in college too. So I just want to see him take command. And I think that all comes with time and reps, and he's going to get to do that in a very low stakes situation. And like I said, Brian Flores is going to throw the book at him in training camp, especially when the ones actually get to go up against each other, and he's going to get the full breadth of Brian Flores' defense, and he's going to throw a lot of stuff at him, and JJ McCarthy's going to have to learn really quickly, and I think he's going to be able to do that with the support system he has in place.
I want to get through the rest of the NFC North. As usual, you and I are talking about a million different things, so it doesn't get there, but let's get through these quickly. Let's go to Green Bay. They didn't trade. They made all 11 picks that they came to the dance with. Tell me why you love, obviously, Xavier McKinney. We know why I love him, but you like the Georgia safety, too. What's the deal there?
I do, because he is one of those do-it-all safeties as well. Just next to Xavier McKinney, there's nothing that these two guys together can't do. And that's so important in Jeff Hafley's defense. He's the new defensive coordinator there. Green Bay is switching to a 4-3 base defense for the first time since 2008. So this is a completely different scheme. Now, these schemes are more fluid than ever, but you really need, there's so much emphasis placed on that safety position in this defense. And so having multiple guys that can do it all, like you need them to do, come down and hit, come down to the box, but, also patrol the back end. They're really good. And I really, really like the Georgia safety, Javon Bullard, for that reason. I love, what's his name? Cooper. Edgerrin Cooper out of A&M. I think that he's also going to be a really good linebacker for them, who can also be a factor in the pass rush and blitz every now and again. It's going to be a really cool thing to see Green Bay go through this transformation. And they covered all their bases. I love that offensive lineman they got to in the first round.
We have Devin McCord coming up. He loves defense, and I saw that your Lions, honestly, Terrion Arnold's like my favorite. I love him. I know a lot about him. I interviewed him, all of that. But they went corner. What about the other kid that I need to know?
I love Ennis Rakestraw, and I actually talked to some of the guys over in Detroit because I was like, another corner? We're just getting all the defensive backs? Because, to be fair, the pass defense was the bane of their existence the last 2 years. They needed to address that.
They're scared of Caleb Williams.
Or they want to get to a Super Bowl, which they were one game away from. But Ennis Rakestraw was absolutely seen. They had a first-round grade on him. They had to go and get him at that point because they couldn't believe he was still on the board. I asked about his size a little bit because he's a little bit light, his weight. He needs to get his weight up a little bit. But that was not a concern to anybody I talked to over there. They really feel like they got two really good players. You pair them with Carlton Davis, who they traded for earlier in the offseason. This is now a really good, solid defense at every level. And I think that, the people are coming for the Lions, so the Lions are coming for them right back.
Caleb's coming for everybody. We're going to take a short break here. Devin McCord on the other side. Stick around, Carmen, because we're going to talk a little derby in the break and have some fun with you. Yeah, that's you telling me about the second through sixth round corners. That's what you do for me in my life, and I love you for this. So I'm going to the Derby. It's the 150th running, I don't know, of the Derby. And listen, I had no idea what I was doing. And I had too many cocktails, and my heels were too high, and I was clinking around, click, clack, and I was running into there's Patrick Mahomes, and there's Aaron Rodgers, and the Bakhtiari brothers, and there's Peyton Manning, and everybody, the entire 2018 Green Bay Packers team was there. If you could pick, and they have these tables, it's like a big, but the thing is, it's not like 4 quarters, it's like hours. It's like 17 hours straight of having to hang out, and then every hour there's 2 minutes of fun. There's 1 minute of a race, and then you're like, oh, how's your uncle? How's whatever? It's wild. So so you really need a good group to hang out with. Who would be your dream turf club table at the Derby? Let's see. We gave you homework.
I was going to say, you gave me homework, and I came in with it. This is the most random assortment of people, but it all makes sense when you think about it. All right, Paris Hilton. She's fascinating. She's a philanthropist. She's so smart. She's so caring, loving. She also DJs. She would be a great time, but I feel like I could learn stuff from her. Jason Kelce is completely self-explanatory. That man, I just want to have beers with him always. Adele seems like a great time. I absolutely adore her. And then Idris Elba is also just incredible. He also DJs, so he can he's got that Bond thing. I don't know. It's the most random assortment of people, but also they all make sense to me. And I think you would have so much fun with all these people, but then also you would have so much time to talk to them, and I would want to know so much from so many of these people.
I feel like Adele's a talker, and she's very funny. She's very, very funny, so that's a great pull. And Paris does not talk very much. I actually had a dinner at her house recently, and she's not a talker. But when she says something, it's very you have it's a very good mix. Edris, I feel also not a talker, but doesn't need to.
I just want to look at him.
Doesn't need to say anything. And then to me, I would swap out Jason Kelce, because to me that is an attention magnet. And that is all eyes on you, and there's nothing I would want less than that. Because
Jason and I have so many mutual friends from offensive line, and
amazing.
I think he just really just chills though. I think people would be coming up to him and stuff like that, but as a person, he just kind of sits there and slams beers, and you're just okay, great, let's do this together.
Thanks for not picking me to be at your table. I'm really glad you passed.
I thought that was a given.
This friendship test. Carmen Vitale, follow her with all of the NFC North inside scoop, all of the amazing analysis on all of our social platforms, and I hope to see you at drinks sometime soon without Jason Kelce.
Just you and I.
Love you. See ya. See ya. Oh, now we got Devin on the show. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, okie dokie.
Rutgers. We're about to make you a New England Patriot.
We heard that you're the perfect Patriot. You represent everything that we're about. And I heard that you're much better than your brother Jason. Is that correct?
Devin McCord, defensive back, Rutgers.
Devin McCord, 13 years in the league, 3-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time All-Pro. Number 3 is a lucky number. Devin McCord, you can see him, of course, on Football Night in America, good friend of mine. Were you in the bathroom when you got drafted?
I was in the bathroom. This was supposed to be a small gathering. Next thing I know, there's 25, 30 people at my house. First round is long. I'm just sitting there. I was like, you know what? I need a break. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. and then I get a knock, the phone rang. So Mr. Kraft actually told Jason that Devin was the better looking twin. Good thing it's the truth, so it didn't hurt his feelings too much.
Jason was the faster twin at the combine by a little bit. I heard
Jason didn't go to the combine.
Oh.
That's just a pro day 40.
Okay.
I didn't run that pro day.
Okay, Deb, first of all, calm down. That was like 14 years ago and nobody cares. You're so mad about it. Did you ever pay him the $100 bet that you guys made?
No.
Oh, okay.
We've never paid each other. I owe him a lot of money. He owes me a lot too.
Brothers are gonna brother. Is it true that your favorite your come to NFL moment was going up against Randy Moss? Tell me everything I need to know about that. Let's really live in the rear view here.
The guy beat me to sleep every day in training camp. Oh, and then we had the in-stadium practice for all the season ticket holders. And so, here you are, the first-round draft pick. I think I gave up 3 touchdowns to Randy Moss that night in the stadium practice. But, once I got to the game, I opened the year with Chad Ochocinco, Chad Johnson, and Terrell Owens in Cincinnati. Right. So I wasn't scared because I was like, shoot, I've been going against Randy Moss all training camp. I'll be ready. So Randy gave me good practice. I first learned what late hands means for a receiver running, ball coming in. Randy would just be chilling. Last second, he put his hands out, catch the ball, touchdown. It was history.
And then I was looking at your freshman year, your rookie year. You had 7 interceptions, and you really took it from the league's best. You got Peyton for one, you got Favre for one, you got Big Ben, you got Phillip Rivers, you got all the best ones. It's pretty cool.
And the coolest was I was a big Phillip Rivers fan. I took a visit to San Diego and he was there that day and he stopped me, had a full conversation. It's like, damn, Phillip Rivers, man, you're my kind of guy. And at the Pro Bowl that year, we're sitting on the bus and the guy starts breaking down the interception I had against him, asking me why I did that. And I was like, dang. I got that ball still. It's supposed to be here, but we just moved, so I haven't brought it into the office yet, but it's coming.
Dev, there's plenty of room on Football Night in America. You got make your pitch right now for Phillip Rivers to get his butt on a set and join the media world because it needs to happen.
Kay, are you trying to get his wife to kill me? Phillip Rivers got so many kids traveling up to Connecticut, but Phillip Rivers, I'm down. You were my guy. Come hang out with us. Let's have a good time, man. The more the merrier. But his wife might kill me. And hey, Miss Rivers, if you're looking for me, find Kay Adams. She told me to do it.
Yeah, I've been obsessed with Phillip Rivers my entire life, so I need his analysis and just that accent in the media. Speaking of media. I remember when you were drafted a long, long time ago, Bill Belichick was so impressed with how you knew everybody else's assignments when you were breaking down tape. It wasn't just what you were responsible for, it was what everybody was responsible for. And now he's in the media. I saw you tweeting about it. Give me your Yelp review on Bill Belichick, the analyst, and how weird that is. Because to be honest with you, Devin, this is a bit hypocritical. This is a bit heel turn for Bill. You hate the media your entire life. You're always clowning on it. And now you're just going to be sizing up quarterbacks, pros and cons all day. It's crazy.
That's because he never hated the media. He just didn't want to do it as much as he did. But think about all the stories that came out of New England. Half those things are from Bill and Mr. Kraft. They all control the media. But him on Pat McAfee's show was the team meeting. So if you've ever wondered what it would be like to be in a Bill Belichick meeting, think about guys who just got drafted 1, 2, 3, 5, and it's this best moment. And he gives you those 3 good plays. This is what this guy does well. And in the back end, he hits you with, this is what he needs to work on. And that's what he makes sure you leave with, what you need to get better at. It was a Bill Belichick meeting room. He hit everything. I loved it. It was classic. And I think fans know what to watch now. They know what they're going to look for in their new draft pick that just came to their city.
When was Bill Belichick the happiest in your tenure with him?
Super Bowl, once the Gatorade hits him, and then the after party at the Super Bowl. Yeah. If you run into Bill at the Super Bowl, he's going to have a glass containing adult beverage. It's all smiles. It's great times. Great times.
What's the beverage?
I'm not 100% sure. I think he might be a tequila guy. I'm not 100% sure, but I saw a lot of limes in there, so I'm not sure.
He may or may not have been giving somebody a piggyback ride at the one in Arizona. That's all I'll say. And then 3 hours later, it's back to work, right?
Back to work.
It's back to
and we take a break for the ring ceremony. But he's not as loose in the ring ceremony. I feel like he has preparation. The night of, he can't prepare for that. He's just Bill. He's just the guy.
It's amazing. It's amazing how, I mean, and Julian and Gronk and all these Patriots all over sports media, and you all owe it to each other and the success you guys had as part of that brilliant, brilliant dynasty. Now we'll have Tom Brady. Tom Brady in the booth, question mark. Have you talked to him? Is this happening?
I believe it is happening. I've talked to him. I've talked to one of the guys that helps produce his show, his little podcast that he does. So feels real, and his experience, especially if he lets go and he just tells it how it is, I think people are going to really enjoy Tom. He's a smart guy, and he's got a little wit to him.
Yeah, sure. I can't wait to see him get roasted. Are you excited about? Are you going?
You think I get the invite? I don't get the invite to those things.
You didn't get invited to Tom Brady. First of all, you just threw some shade at his you called it a little podcast, which I think is. I heard that. That's because you didn't get invited to the Netflix roast of the GOAT. Wait, why? Huh.
I'm a defensive guy. I don't get in. Like, look at that. I probably don't have the attire to go. That's an Edelman, Amendola, Gronkowski. Those are those guys. I don't know if any of the defensive guys are going, other than like the old school guys, Rodney and those guys who, from my understanding, really roasted him a lot more. Like when we got there, he was a senior citizen. We looked up to him. Those guys really killed him more. So it's probably rightfully so that, the Ty Laws and Rodneys are there.
Who would be the best at roasting him? Not even on the team, but if I'm producing that, I'm calling Nick Foles, right? I'm saying, get out
Nick
here.
Foles, you got to go with the Manning brothers. You got to let the Manning brothers get at him. But the best is going to be Edelman. Edelman is going, because Edelman's going to go too far. He's going to say the stuff that, you probably shouldn't say, that only he knows. He's definitely going to.
I can't wait to see this. Let's talk about these Patriots. This is what the dynasty should have been about, these moments, these celebratory, amazing moments, because it brought you 3 rings and an unforgettable place in NFL history.
No one cares about rings, Kay. What's wrong with these people?
Gerard Mayo's keeping it going. Okay, there's some familial ties. There's some bloodlines there. Obviously, the draft, free agency, he's a rookie. It's his rookie year. What did you make of him even walking back the rookie mistake of saying that they're going to burn through cash in free agency? When he said it, when I read it, I was like, oh, I didn't like that. But what did you make of that comment that he took it back?
It's easy. Did you see the news? Matthew Slater got hired to be assistant to the head coach.
No, he didn't.
Half of that, Matt Slater's on staff with New England. Drafted with Gerard Mayo. Matt Slater's a guy, well-spoken, takes his time before he answers. So one of Matt Slater's #1 jobs is going to be, can we just make sure Mayo doesn't say something ridiculous? So that is what everyone was like, you know what? Let's hire Slate. And Mayo knows he needs it. So it's good. I made fun of him at the owners meeting, like, how you going to talk all of that trash and then not back it up? Like, spend some money, buddy.
$54 million in cap space. I was a bit surprised to see that. What did you make of it?
I was about to make a comeback.
Yeah, has he not called you to come back into the house? I don't understand.
No, I'm old and washed up. He tried to get me to coach. That's his thing with all the older guys. He said, I don't know if they're walking back playing, but we got a spot for him on the staff. But no, those hours aren't meant for my life right now. Not at all.
Is Gerard the kind of guy who's going to text you preparing for the Bills and ask you things?
No, I don't think so. But when we see each other, we catch up on a lot of different things of just what I see in the league and how things are going, what I've learned my first year out. So it's been fun. I got a chance a week ago to go sit down with him and Slater for like 45 minutes, just catching up. And we did the same thing at the owners meeting one night, just catching up, hanging out. And I think he's ready for it. I think now with the draft over with, I think he's excited to actually get into doing some football. Like we talked about that, being a head coach, he's doing so many other things other than like watching and coaching football. So I know he's going to be excited to get into all the OTAs and mini camp, because that's what he loves. He loves ball. He loves getting to coach football.
Drake May, your thoughts?
I think they have a guy that everybody can believe. And I think last year you watched that team, the defense, they even said it after some of the games, like we held a team to 6 points. We got to do more. We got to figure out. You don't want that feeling of any side of the ball feeling like we've done so much, but no matter what we do, we can't win. And to change that, you need a beacon of hope. You need someone to come in. So yes, they could have traded back and maybe get this pick and that pick, but what they need right now is a guy like Drake May that everybody can say, hey, we got a future. We got a guy that can be a guy in this league. And I think still having Jacoby Brissett, who's played under Alex Van Pelt, to teach him, show him some different things. But I'm excited to see Drake May go in there. Seems like he got a little bit of a personality. His brothers took some shots at him the night he got drafted. So you're going to need a little bit of an edge in New England. Like, it's going to be tough. If he plays bad, they're going to let him know. But I'm excited for what he can be in New England.
What's the biggest challenge for Drake May, you think? Knowing the fan base, knowing the coach?
The team right now.
Yeah, it's tough.
You have Michael Owen, who had the right tackle. Whoever becomes your left tackle hasn't started and played left tackle for the New England Patriots yet. They drafted 2 receivers this year in the draft. Who are going to be your receivers? Your receiver room is full now, but like, even when you look at it, there's no guy that you sit there and say, like, yes, they're going to win 95% of the one-on-one matchups backside. So there's still some holes on that team, I think, that they want to get figured out before they ask Drake May to figure them out as he's still trying to play and be a rookie quarterback. I think that's some of the problems Mac Jones ran into as he was trying to develop as a player. He was also trying to get everybody else on board and trying to fix things. That you don't want your rookie quarterback to have to do that. You want him to just go play ball and get better year after year. And I think they want to try to get the team to a good place. Jacoby Brissett is used to that. He's handled some rough situations in his career. I think they want to maybe start with him, get the team to a place where Drake May can just go play quarterback and figure out how to be a leader and all of those things as he's developing.
Knowing Gerard, how does he handle that? I mean, I think it's great to have a bona fide veteran backup quarterback. Jacoby should obviously start the season, but when it comes to making the switch, is it let's let Jacoby go as long as he can? Is it going to happen naturally? Like, what do you think the right move is in handling these 2 quarterbacks? And then, of course, they took Milton, too.
Yeah, talking to Jason Garrett, I think, obviously played quarterback, offensive coordinator, head coach. He was like, the key thing, he said, when the guy is ready. It doesn't matter if you put a veteran out there, you can't look at what he's doing and how he's progressed. When the young guy is ready, then you can put him out there. And I think the best thing Gerard is going to do is he's going to be completely honest. He's going to be honest with each one of the guys in that quarterback room, whether it's Milton, May, Jacoby Brissett, but he's also going to be honest with the team. And I think that's a crucial point. Everyone always thinks it's about being honest with just the guys that are going to play quarterback, but the whole offense, David Andrews, a star center, he needs to know who's going to be the quarterback so he can build that bond, so he can go over the game plan. The other guys on offense need to know. The defense needs to know. So I think one of the traits Mayo has is he doesn't mind being uncomfortable. He doesn't mind going out there, being honest, telling guys what they don't want to hear, but it's the truth. And I think that's something he's going to have to lean on all throughout the season because there are going to be some moving parts with this team. But I think Mayo's the type of guy that can handle it.
I can't wait to see what they do, especially since, the Buffalo Bills completely dismantled and we don't know what a 39-year-old coming off an Achilles tear looks like. It'll be sort of interesting to see what the Patriots can do in that division. You, my friend, are a proud St. Joe's High School alum. Okay, so we have to give it up for another St. Joe stud, and Audric Estime, friend of my show, goes 5th round to the Broncos. Him and Bo Nix are going to hang out. Here's what he told me about his time as a young buck at the McCarthy football camp.
At their camp, it's not everyone's in shorts and they give you a T-shirt. No one has pads, and I'm literally out there tackling people, stiff-arming people, which is crazy.
Audric Estime, living in the nightmares of the young kids everywhere. He was tackling kids at a touch football camp. I don't know what's going on. What do you remember about Audric Estime, and what can Sean Payton, Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, and what's he going to get out of him? Darren Sproles?
I think one thing right away is he wasn't a shorts and T-shirts kind of guy, football player. He was a football player, and then getting to watch him throughout his whole high school career, running around people, running over people, and I think that's what Denver's going to get. They're going to get a guy who's going to want to do all the dirty work, but it's also going to be a reminder when you see him get out there and go, like in this 40, he can still run. He has those dancing feet like a big bear. So I'm excited to see this guy. He's representing our hometown in Nyack, New York. Me and my brother, we FaceTimed him and told him the torch is passed to him, continue to pave it, continue to light the path for the guys behind us. So excited. Him and his boys had a great time once he got drafted. I was following on Instagram. So just excited to see him continue his football journey.
Same, and I think Sean Payton in that offense, they're going to rely on him heavily with Bo Nix, and it'll be a nice little thing for that offense in the really tough AFC West. You're talking about having a good time. We talked about how Brady didn't invite you to the roast. Why were you never invited to the Derby? I'm going to the Derby tomorrow. I know I'm going to see Tom. I know I'm going to see Wes Welker with those hundreds, just making it rain like he did years ago. Why were you never invited, Dev?
You know what's crazy, too? Jacoby Brissett got an invite over me. I ran into Jacoby one year in New York City. He has his full Derby gear. I'm like, where are you coming from? He's like, at the Derby, I flew private back to New York with Tom and the guy. I'm like, he took this guy, he's still wet behind the ears, and he gets to go to the Derby and not me. But, hey, sometimes you got to understand where you fall, and you just got to live it. J-Mac always tells me, run your own race. My race just happens to not be at the Kentucky Derby.
I mean,
shout out Vince Wilfork.
Yeah.
Vince Wilfork has invited me to the Kentucky Derby. It's before I had enough money to go, though, so I couldn't go.
Let's see. I mean, we have a picture of Tom. I think. Remember this picture with him? I think like Cliff Kingsbury in it. Do we have it? Oh, we don't. Sorry, with Mike Tyson. It was like a whole weekend. It's absolute madness, and now he's got the roast. We gave you homework to pick your turf club table. So at the Derby, you roll with the group. You're there all day. It's like 12 hours, sweaty, rainy, whatever. Who would you take with you to the Derby?
All right, first, you talk about Tom not inviting me. Kay, we've known each other for a long time. We worked on a show together with coworkers. You didn't invite me either, so we got to put that out there. So my first invite is not actually doesn't count because we have the same DNA, and by rule, when you invite to someone with the same DNA, that doesn't count. So J-Mac would come with me first. We could share a chair.
Love.
After that, my first invite would be Cam Newton because Cam's going to make sure my hat game is perfect.
Fair.
We're all going to get hats. So I'm going to have Cam Newton. I heard you already shut down Jason Kelce, but I'm not just bringing Jason Kelce. I'm bringing Jason and Travis Kelce. I'm bringing the Kelce bros because we're going to talk. We're going to talk bros. We're going to have fun, football, retirement, all the good stuff. And then my last guy is going to be LeBron James. LeBron James, done in the playoffs, has some free time. Going to bring him veteran, understands everything. He's going to know the people we need to know, why we're there, how to get connected. But the key to this is only person that's going to be new to this circle is LeBron. You don't want to be introducing yourself at this event. You want to already know that you're going to have a good time. So we're going to have a time. We don't care about cameras. Bring all the cameras you want. We're going to have a good time. And you see Jason Kelce, he's going to be our leader. He's going to be the guy that goes out in front, has a good time, and lets everybody else know it's okay. Live our life. So I'm excited.
You'd have a lot of cameras on you, Dev, if that was the situation. And okay, last but not least, I want to get this in there because we're not going to take a break right now. I want to talk really quickly about, I know we're going to go overtime. It's no problem because you have been fighting sickle cell the entire time I've known you, over a decade. And you have a McCordy Brothers Tackle Sickle Cell 5K walk/run. It's Sunday, it's in Jersey, and everybody shows up. Tell us how we can sign up.
Yeah, it's in Jersey City. It's at Liberty State Park, right in Jersey City. And you can go to embracekids.org. You go in there, you click events, and you'll see that 5K right there. Sign up. You can come walk. You can join somebody's team. It's always a good time. We've had a bunch of different things through the years. Me and Jay one year bet who could raise more money. He had to buy a billboard in Foxborough, conceding and saying that I beat him. So we've been fighting sickle cell. There's been a lot of different advancements in sickle cell now. People have gone through trials. The FDA has approved some of these gene therapy treatments. So people are being healed from sickle cell. It ran in our family for years. So it's been awesome seeing people go through this. They've lived with pain, but now they have hope. They have things to rely on. So big shout out to everybody making advancements in sickle cell and changing lives.
Join in on the fun. Go to embracekids.org for more information on that. I'm picturing you at the Derby, not with hats, but with graphic T-shirts. All of you.
Oh, that would be
Travis
elite.
and Jason are sharing a chair. You and J-Mac are sharing a chair. And then LeBron's doing God knows what. Okay, let's make a bold prediction. What happens at the roast? I'm going to say it's Bill Belichick that shows up and roasts him. What do you think?
Oh, Bill Belichick not just shows up, but if they really want to make this good, Bill Belichick shows up with game film and destroys Tom. Like all the rumors that have come out and just sit in for like 5 minutes of like Tom's worst plays and Bill just ripping them. That to me would be TV gold.
That's so good. What are you, a super producer now? Move over Matt Casey? Like, that's amazing.
No, not yet, but I'm working, Kay. I'm working.
Dev, that is gold. You are amazing. No one's surprised at the success that you're having. No, definitely no one more than me. You're just always crushed it. I don't even know how Bill let you do that show.
You don't ask for permission, Kay.
I couldn't
you
believe
just go.
I thought about that yesterday. I go, how did Bill let him come on NBC and just talk that talk? He really trusted you, though, seriously. All right, you're
Don't
the
ask
best.
permission. Make them accept you. Good to see you,
My love
Kay.
to the fam. You're the best. Talk soon.
All right, have a good one.
Bye. The best. He's the actual best. GOAT. Yep. Okay. I would say, yeah, go ahead. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. That's Hamilton. FanDuel loves the Derby, and FanDuel, guess what, is the only sportsbook app you can bet the Kentucky Derby. Right now, all customers get a no-sweat Derby bet up to $20. That's right, when you get up to $20 back if that Derby win bet does not hit. So what are you waiting for? Bet America's #1 race on America's #1 sportsbook. This show allegedly, apparently, will be at Churchill Downs. Am I going to guarantee that? Would I put my money on it on FanDuel Sportsbook? I would not. But maybe we'll be there on Thursday and Friday at, of course, 11 a.m. Eastern regular time. And we'll see who shows up. It's looking a little light, Hamilton, but I have it on good authority. Chandler Parsons is super excited. Maybe your cat can come and I can interview your cat.
What did you say about the cat? Sorry.
I said maybe you could bring your cat and I could interview your cat.
Yeah, he could be on too. But yeah, we got Bobby Flay. We got Jameis Winston. That's going to be an experience for sure. And yeah, we got a lot of things in the works.
I'm still stuck on McCordy saying that Bill should come out and roast him with bad plays because I think that's the best idea I've ever heard.
That would be incredible. Just like a 7-minute reel, like the Caleb Williams one. Chicago fans
and
wanted to
you
put
know
out.
that out of any shot any of them can take at Tom, that would actually hurt him the most, and he'd be sitting there reeling.
Oh yeah.
We gotta get that out on social. That from the break, the sickle cell thing, please, and that idea about Tom. And the Tom thing should go on.